नमस्कार, पैसा बोलता है में फिर से आपका स्वागत है। मैं आनंद श्रीनिवासन। आज शनिवार है, हॉट टेक्स करेंगे। हॉट टेक्स अंग्रेजी में होगा और मेरे साथ मेरे स्टूडियो में मेरा भाई है और वो प्रश्न पूछेंगे, मैं जवाब दूंगा। तो विनोद, व्हाट आर योर क्वेश्चंस टुडे?
6.7 GDP growth hits a 15-month low in April to June. Should we be worried? Are we growth, India's growth over?
See, this what has happened is the post-pandemic boom is over. That there
Hmm.
was a bounce as soon as the markets pandemic was over. The market opened up, and for 2 years we have had a post-pandemic boom that is over.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
have always maintained that India's growth has come from government spending. That is government
Hmm.
spending on infrastructure. And this
Hmm.
time, in this quarter, government did not spend money. That is in the
Hmm.
first quarter of the year. April,
Hmm.
May, June, the government did not spend money. And because
Hmm.
government expenditure came down, growth has also
Hmm.
come down. So if
Hmm.
government spends more money, you may have some growth. But what is really
Hmm.
worrying is that
Hmm.
personal consumption is not happening and jobs are
Hmm.
not there. Infosys
Hmm.
announced with great fanfare they are recruiting people. Now they have told
Hmm.
people, those who are recruited, wait, you don't have to join. At a later date, we will
Hmm.
tell you when to join. So IT
Hmm.
demand is also not there. So
Hmm.
basically, what is happening is high quality jobs are in big demand and there is disappearing and it will affect consumption.
Talking about consumption, the other headline is chip set shortage to impact supply of white goods this festival season. So should we quickly go buy our TVs and our washing machines and fridges because we may not have them in stock?
India has already become a very mature market. So
Hmm.
I don't see people rushing out to buy and growth has slowed down.
Hmm.
And I don't think after 91, except during the pandemic
Hmm.
when there was a shortage for data cards worldwide, there has
Hmm.
been a shortage
Hmm.
for white goods in India. Plenty of white goods is
Hmm.
available in the stock. And therefore, I
Hmm.
don't see a major fall. But what is
Hmm.
going to happen is that
Hmm.
the stock and inventory level at the level of the dealer may come down. Whatever is
Hmm.
already there in the material, people will consume. But
Hmm.
wholesale sales to dealers may come down.
Okay.
I don't think
Hmm.
you go to
It's
the
not going to
shop.
be.
It's not going to
Hmm.
be that you go to the shop and there is
Hmm.
no product for you to buy. That is not going to happen.
Hmm. Okay. So nothing to worry about this festive season. IPO
No.
bull run expected to continue as pace of filings pick up momentum. More and more companies and people seem to be filing for IPOs, and there's swift approvals coming. So are these like good times?
I talked about this in our video, one of the weekly videos. There's a very
Hmm.
good comedy of Jaspal Bhatti, which I'll again ask them to put it out. If a guy with two motorcycle showrooms can raise 4,800 crores, luckily it is not going to his bank. Only about 18 crores is going to his bank. But people can put 4,800 crores in his company, then anything can happen. And like Ola, we know is
Hmm.
definitely not profitable, and Ola is
Hmm.
never going to make a profit. In fact, Morning Contact says in its lifetime, Ola will not make a profit. If people are putting that stock and pushing it up, then there is mad frenzy going along. Mr. Market is
Hmm.
very happy and there's a lot of frenzy. When Mr.
Hmm.
Market wakes up and finds out he has been taken for a ride, the market will
Hmm.
correct. Yeah.
Hmm. Sunset for Vistara Airline to merge with AI on 12th November. Singapore Airlines holds 25% stake in Air India and investment is part of their multi-hub strategy. What is this, Anand? I mean, as Air India and Singapore Airlines with Vistara and all this, what's going to happen?
Okay. The Tatas and the Singapore government have had historic ties
Hmm.
from the days of Lee Kuan Yew and JRD Tata. So they have been a
Hmm.
very close relationship. In
Hmm.
1990s, when India opened
Hmm.
the airline industry,
Hmm.
Narasimha Rao, Lee Kuan Yew told Narasimha Rao that
Hmm.
Singapore Airlines is willing to invest in India if Ratan Tata
Hmm.
is given a license to make to start aircraft airline services. Of course,
Hmm.
there was a particular Jet Airways made sure that
Hmm.
nobody else got license. Tata didn't get license.
Hmm.
Finally, at the very end of the UPA government, and the beginning of the
Hmm.
NDA government, Tata's got a license. In
Hmm.
2015, they started an airline called Vistara. Now, Vistara
Hmm.
was an airline that did not get into low-cost services. It was an airline which was in the high end of the business.
Hmm.
It was selling to premium customers. And the
Hmm.
people who really had money to spend and who were
Hmm.
traveling long distances, like Madras,
Hmm.
Bombay, Madras, Delhi, and the premium customers was going to Vistara and not
Hmm.
Indigo.
Not
Air
Indigo.
India was out of the race. Now, Air
Correct.
India, as you know, was a company started by the Tatas.
Yes.
There was a company
JRD.
started by the Tatas, the great JRD
Hmm.
Tata. So when the time came, the
Hmm.
Tatas bought back Air India and they started running it. So they didn't want to run three airlines. They had Air
Hmm.
India, they had Air Asia, they had Vistara.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Air Asia was merged with Air India Express, which is the low
Hmm.
cost arm. And
Hmm.
Vistara was supposed to be merged with Air India, the higher end of the brand. And
Hmm.
Singapore Airlines, which was 49% owner of Vistara, agreed
Hmm.
and said that we
Hmm.
will keep 26% stake in the new company, which is Air India now.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the government gave clearance last week for
Hmm.
Singapore Airlines to invest another 2,000 crores. So they are investing 2,000 crores. आज के लिए इतना ही. आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुना, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ. हो सके तो इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल नोटिफिकेशन दबाएं. इस वीडियो को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और उनको देखने की आग्रह करें. नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद.